I'm referring to my notes. Oh, me- go over the members, go over the trolls and watch, and we're going to use that as two different things: assignment and request, and then down at the bottom it gets a little hairy. Well, training like Hayes would be in the train. There are a few supervisors. There are a new section that we're starting, which is trainers. So we have our trainers, we'll have our supervisors. And then I wanted to see about having a vote for unit numbers and anybody suggesting on unit numbers. And I was also going to give my 2 cents on unit numbers. And the reason for the unit number change is because the original unit numbers were only for CPRs, but with all departments using uh, the unit numbers now, it gets kind of confusing. That's why I thought maybe we'll have uh, CP, our own unit number, so that way it's not confusing from everyone else. Then the other thing is CPR pickups, and then about weekly testing, like COVID-19 testing, short and long tests that goes with that too. Let me turn the page. Okay, for the members, I'm the leader, the chief of security, which is my co-lead, which is Dr. Garrett, but the other members have changed a little bit. Uh, Dr. Kara, Dr. Love, Breezy, I'm kind of still on the fence about, but I'm not 100% sure. And then Heartstar are all going to be supervisors with Meg, Dr. Skunky, Dr. Casper, and Crisis as active. But it will probably change again because Breezy's not even here, which kind of diminishes, his light on me. So that's my 2 cents.
I think the list is good.
Now trolls and watches. The trolls is what other people, when our other staff members that aren't in our department have problems, they can report that to one of us and we can put it there. The watch list is going to be what for us to where we can more or less what it boils down to. They're both going to be for trolls or people that we should watch. Oh, the watch list is for the people that haven't been confirmed as being trolls. Sorry, I'm yes.
Is it for it's for everyone, right? Not just faction people, but also gang members or civilians?
Anyone is trolling. Yes, it could be a civilian, it could be a gang member, Heck, somebody in our own staff. As long as they're trolling and they're confirmed, then of course.
Sounds good. Please hang up the phone, guys.
Sorry, yo, that was me. I was doing macros. I apologize.
Oh,
No,
you
no,
good?
you're. I'm. My wife was actually talking to me too. Hey, hold on.
Okay, he wasn't explaining it correctly. The watch list is for anybody that we find being trollish, whether they're gang, civilian, non-faction, whatever.
And you just got called.
Fill the form out, submit the body cam, make sure you get the name clearly, and then once that report is confirmed and someone watches the footage, then it'll be put on the trolls list as a confirmed troll. For those that have been here forever, John Benjamin had a list like that a way long time ago. So that way nurses and doctors could just look at it at a glance and go, okay, this person's a troll. We know he's going to misbehave. Let's get PD in here. Let's get rid of him. Or an admin, get rid of him.
Sounds good.
Hold on, she just got called. Yes, correct.
Yeah, I think for being the security that we should be able to do the what do you call it, the call the PD directly instead of, as well as the AP. Being security, we should have the be able to call PD directly. What is
You
that?
can.
Well, there is a new thing right now, crisis, where purple dresses, white dresses, purple pants, or green pants, we can use the fall chat and call. Sorry to say, pink scrubs and purple are, I call pink and purple instead of brown. It looks more purple, especially over here. It looks more purple than anything. But
Yeah, I agree.
for yes, ma'am.
Oh, I can wait till you finish. It was after that. Go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
So
I,
my question, right? So my question is, once you do the whole like troll list or whatever, what does that actually do for the people working the floors?
well, if we know the trolls, or like if we see someone that's inside HP, like in the ER wing, say like if Dr. Garrett or even you yourself, or and we know that they're a troll, we can automatically call PD and tell them, "Hey, look, can you come here? We're gonna have trolls, or we got trolls." We don't
Okay.
have to. We don't have to. It's just trying. It's like another deterrent to not have a situation arise at the same time that you will have a situation. So this trying to make it easier for us to deal with the trolls. And I know here lately the trolls have been chaotic, especially outside HP. Holy shit. And pardon my French. But I'm going to just do a wait for a moment because of wife. I have no clue what's going on out in the living room. Right now, I'm in the bedroom. Oh, hi. Okay. You know, you can talk too if you can. She's probably not around the phone. Ah. Okay, for assignments, that's actually more for people that are other departments that would want us to uh, have a presence of security at their event if they have an event. Uh, it can be like if somebody's throwing a party and say wife is, I call her wife because she really is, but Heart is catering an event and she can put a thing in say, hey, I want PD for this catering gig. Well, we can go ahead and then we'll see about having a few people go to the catering event to have the presents. And that's also could be for requests. But yeah, that's more or less for. And the new thing, like I mentioned at the beginning, was the trainers. So that way, when we have uh, a person like Mr. Hayes that's following around and stuff, which is not a problem at all, and observing, uh, then when he gets to Pink Scrub, which is the next step, he could become a trainee. That trainer can sit there and start going over and going through the paces for him to be completely trained, and then he would be moved up to active. I'm trying to find the next. But like me, Mr. Jarrett, Miss Top, because Miss Top is also a going to be our director. Uh, we'll take care when we're on. We'll take care of the day-to-day operations and uh, all the internal stuff. The supervisors will supervise the actives, and if there's a situation, they can also handle the situation to make it try to make it as smooth as possible. And then active just works the floor. Round HP, we can go outside. We can use the front door. Uh, Unlike other staff that only have to use the back door. Uh, Security can go out the front door. I don't know if everyone here knew that or not. Uh, Now, when I said about CPRs outside, around HP, the road around HP is considered an active green zone, while HP itself is a physical green zone. Normally, you can't pick anyone up outside at all. But for us, as long as you're a pink scrub or above, you can pick up people outside. It's restricted to only faction members. No civilians, no gang members. But if they're Army, PD, uh, or other EMS, we can pick them up outside only if it's safe. Not in an active shootout, or if we pick them up, the person's still standing around and we'll shoot them dead again. That's even happened with me. Um, okay. But so that was my first question with taking over because that was one major concern. even when Seth was still the leader, that was my concern with picking up police officers, because it's kind of bad when you're standing outside and you see two police officers get gunned down and you can't pick them up. You just say, "Sorry, guys, I want my job." You know what I'm saying? So that was my big concern, because I felt then like I could just pick them up and then we can go on our merry way. There is going to be collaboration. There is going to be a collaboration between. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now I'm confused on that because I was told by the APs and DCPs that you can pick up military and police officers no matter where they're at.
Well, the reason why I asked and everything is because when I first joined, it was over a year ago. And at that time, we couldn't pick anyone up outside. And that's been like the rule that I've always went by ever since I got reprimanded for picking someone up outside out front. So that's and it's different from every chief as
Got you. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
well. I even asked. I asked Professor Steve first, and then I double checked and I made sure with Chief Keith, and he said for my security staff, as long as they're pink scrub or above, we can pick up around outside HP. Just as long as they're other faction members, no civilians, no gang members. I know every chief was different. I know Chief Mike. He reps somebody out for picking someone up out front. So that's the only thing. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I was just waving to Dr. Lovely.
Oh no, you're okay. I did see that. I just had this responded. That's all. But so that's the reason why I wanted to, double check and make sure and uh make sure that the old expressions CYA, cover your ass. I was just making sure I was doing it for everybody. That's all. But like I said, I even did that before I took over the actual lead. I even told Seth, but Seth was just like shrugged it off.
Did I miss anything, y'all?
Not too much at all, Miss Love. Uh, and after the meeting and everything, I could always catch you up and make sure everybody's on the same page and everything. Is just more or less in a nutshell. I wanted to have a meeting instead of typing this out over and over to everyone, so that way everybody, was on the same page and just saves a lot of typing just to go over the stuff. For me, uh, typing is a little more difficult because of my eyes. So talking is a little more easier for me. I just feel talking it out instead of typing it out. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Hold on 1 sec. I need to turn the.
Or
Oh my
always
god,
put
you
it
need to
in
be quiet in here. Hi,
what do you call
guys.
it?
Cat just snuck in like a ninja.
I'm telling you.
Right?
She used her superpowers.
I think I did too.
But the next thing brings me up because I kind of covered the requirements with the assignment part. So it brings me up to the COVID-19 testing. Which, unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry that's going to start as a weekly thing. Uh, so that way we all make sure because we can go out in the field and we're also in HP. So since we go out in the field and we can also be out around other players and everything, it's just a good idea just to do weekly tests to make sure that we're all safe as well. I know it would kind of stink, but just making sure that we're all safe at the same token. You know what I mean? Very.
So true.
Say that again, y'all. I missed that last part. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, I already talked about collaborations, but we will be doing collaborations with the Army and police at the same token. I always thought that was a smart thing to do because the collaborations part, I always thought it was smart because I always thought there was never enough inner faction, if I'm saying that right, uh, among everyone. So I always thought, even when I first started playing and started being in factions, that factions should work more together and include all factions. Like if say the army's going to do like a raid, or say if the PD has a training, or if yeah, well, just in general, if there's like an event going on or whatever, and just having us there. At the same token, I know we can pick everyone up if stuff hits the fan, but it's the same token, we can also have a security presence there as well. So my 2 cents on that.
I have a question.
Sure.
'Cause I know you're talking about collaboration, like with Army and PD and the outside. Um, how is Army and PD going to be beneficial to us as far as what happens inside of HP?
I say Dr. Garrett can elaborate about that because I was with him.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
I
typed
said,
out.
I just said you can elaborate about that because we was doing some stuff with them, like some scenarios.
Trainings. Yeah. So yeah, Stevo. This is split between collaboration between Stevo's training department, Army, and I guess PD as well could get involved. Because so we did taser training at Army base. We did it for Dr. Lovely and Skunky, and we had Paula, I think that's her name. We had her and Ethel be two people, be sort of simulate an actual scenario where there's a person down and there's a gang. So one of us is picking up the is doing CPR, and another person's sort of doing the security demo, and one of the army people, the person who isn't down for the army, is sort of acting as like a gang member who is giving semi sort of, it's like they'll start off by just like making comments, and they'll slowly start ramping up with the comments, and the job of the security is to sort of drop the macros, ensure that the person doing CPR is safe. And yeah, and so we did that with army just to ensure like the maximum like or close to like reality as possible, and that's why we would work with them.
So, but that's still the question I'm asking is how are they going to beneficial to HP as far as the hospital with the crowd control? You know, I know we do have, the fall chat, but what is security? What is our security going to do to get more control of the lobby, the ER wing, because of all of the RPs that's going to be happening, and we're trying to create the RP, so we need less crowd control. I understand like how security is being beneficial outside of HP as far as CPR calls and army and that nature, but what the security department, yes, is for that, but we are looking for HP security more so for the hospital. Like, what are you guys going to do for that?
Right. Internally.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Well, the security staff that's inside, we would try to, like, a person that's causing a disturbance, de-escalate or have a de-escalation of what's going on. And if they don't listen or they do what they always do, start getting loud or whatever, that's when I usually just try to get a person that I've friended as in the police department, or try to get the police to come without using the fall chat. But recently, Chief Keith made it to where we could use fall chat.
Yeah, I'm grateful
Uh,
for that too, y'all.
Yes,
and
so we
then
did get from 1 second. So
that,
we did
or
get from
just call the ad.
admin. So we did get from admin that you can uh, GPs and SPs can use the full chat, but I don't want the full chat to be like abused for the PD. So I think what needs to happen here is a meeting on how to get the crowd control, because or communicating with PD, or it, something is just missing here.
Can I
Right, and I understand what you're saying, but I do understand what you mean and
Uh,
saying on that too, Doctor Zena.
yeah, I think you're looking for like an accurate system just as to how we handle the crowd control, correct?
Yes, because the problems that we are having, people are in the med room. I understand that people do block the doors, and so admin is basically the last resort. That's what it boils down to. They're going to help us when needed, but we have to try to figure out ways to come up with on how we can handle it along with PD. For the most part, I know I'm not sure of the procedures would me if they have soldiers that come down. I don't know. But as definitely as far as PD, they need to really be our best friends. I need to go over there. I don't know. Have a brunch. I don't know. But your best bet is to become really, really good friends with PD and try to line that up, because the crowd control inside HP is just bad.
And oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just mentioned that yesterday that we should add this to training because a lot of people don't know how to protect themselves on here. I've been having to teach a lot of lower scrubs, how to do their tickets and stuff and how to use their BC.
Yeah, so that will be something that, you guys come up with. And if we all have to do a training, even with higher ups, you have to come up with something and train us all or something of that nature. But the purpose of you guys would be to step up when there's no PD, when we don't, I know that you guys body cam and I know the trolls, but we have to come up with a better system.
If I will say something, I think for the fall chat wise, I think to minimize, just to try to get to minimize the amount of like over abuse, to minimize the potential chances of abuse of it. I think it's like I don't know. It's where my head's going. It's like it's for the security department, like all like the whoever's a white coat and above in the security department, along with all the like the APs and DCPs and the SDs as well.
So for me, y'all, I just wish we had an easier way. Like when we're adding important macros, like we need them at the top. I wish there was an easier way to do that so we didn't have to, delete everything and input it in. Because for me with security, I was struggling a little bit just because I have so many macros and my security macros are at the bottom. So I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna try to work on adjusting my macros just so I
That's
could
a
be quicker to enforce security.
sorry. That's a game thing, unfortunately. That's a developer.
I
Uh,
know. It's
I
okay. It's
hate that
okay, Miss
too.
Cat.
That's one of my pet peeves as well with the macros, that you gotta delete all of them in order to adjust. You can't just slide one up or down or
I
whatever.
know.
But what
I'm
I was thinking in terms of the fall chat, um, was why don't we do it like based on seniority? Whoever's online, whoever's the highest rank online would be the one to use the fall chat instead of everybody. And then like if that person were to come offline, the next ranking person, whoever's highest, would be the one to use the fall chat if needed.
I agree.
Because then
Oh,
it's not like every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's calling on the fall chat to PD. They're like, all right, we already said we're on our way. Why is there more doctors calling on the fall chat? I don't know. That's just my take on that.
Yeah, I agree to that because we definitely don't want the abuse of that chat. And even though, yes, GPs and SPs could use it, I think we can also put a stipulation and some type of rule to that.
Right. So this isn't related to that topic, but going back to the one where you said putting a system in place, before Seth stepped down, him and I were collaborating with the police department, which is why they started creating a actual unit that specifically works for HP. It is up and coming, and so they have a few members that come more regularly than most. So I would actually it does go into Vault Chat. So with that, I would primarily focus on adding those individuals to your contacts to avoid dealing with the Vault Chat. Um, like I said, it is something that's still up and coming. But that was something that we were collaborating with before he stepped down. So Mushu, I'm more than happy to get you back in the door with those meetings and things. But yeah, that's my recommendation for the fall chat in that little system.
Actually, that was going to be my next meeting. Is with I was talking with a D. What
you mean the
I want to
DCP?
say this?
DFG?
Their lower guy. I can't. I'm
Devin? Yeah,
having a
DFG?
DOT or whatever. I'm having a brain fart. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna think it's Taylor or Devin.
It's something like that. It was like 4 in the morning. I messaged him on Discord.
Yeah, I got him on my Discord too, personally.
Well, I knew Seth was talking with uh the PD and everything because he's like, I want to do this, I want to do this. And I was like, okay, what can I help you with? And he's like, oh, never mind, dog. He goes, I got it. And he would never let me help him do anything. And then the next thing I know, he retires. I'm like, what?
Yep.
Miss Zena messaged me. She goes, you're gonna shoot someone. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. Where's the teddy bear?
Yeah. Again, I'm so sorry because I would have included you in that had I known that, but I was always given the same response that you were busy, which is why I never included you into those meetings. So I apologize. But we did have several set downs with the top three. Um, and that's why they were working on creating that HP unit for us, specifically designed to have full coverage here as much as possible. Which is typically why we see a lot more police officers out here now, even without fall chat, is because they're trying to get that system in place and that cycle and their shift changes. So yeah, I do apologize for not including you on those meetings, but again, I was told you were always busy, which is why I was just like, oh, okay, never mind. But yeah, I definitely
Can I
believe.
interject there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because even if he said that he was busy, I think a message still could have been sent because he still is the co-lead at the time. So for him to even say that he's too busy or someone not even communicating information, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, and when Seth was running the department, I was left in the dark a lot.
And yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying because I communicated with the lead, two leads communicating, and I thought that that was being communicated to you, which is why I'm apologizing. Because again, like Zena said, I could have reached out to you personally, but I didn't. So I apologize for that.
It's okay. I accept your apologies. I'll say this: I don't blame you. I blame Seth.
So when I was chief in my turn, Johnny Litz was running the HP security team. But what he told me when I was there was that obviously we can't have somebody there 24/7, and they were going to work on that. So I think that's just an ongoing thing with PD. Like I guess they don't have. I don't know if that's the case now, but I know they didn't have much staff online. So I don't know if that's still the case now. But it's always been a work in progress, is basically what I'm saying.
And that's who the guy I was talking with said that I need to talk to Johnny Lit. But
All right,
yeah, so
I'm gonna hop in. So, um, what I'm hearing a lot is communication, communication, and the best way that we can communicate right now is through Discord and through the proper channels, which is your security chat. Um, Everything that goes on security wise, whether we're talking to PD, having meetings with PD, granted, me as chief or the DCPs don't need to be there. However, everyone that's in that security department needs to know what happened during that meeting. So if you need to put up a body cam, so you say, hey, here's the meeting that you all missed, and this is what was talked about. That would be the best way to go about that. That way, no, it leaves very little error for miscommunication or I misread how you wrote that message. If I see the body cam, then I'm able to actually see the meeting go on and just leave that open line of communication. And yes, as we know that people do retire, people leave, people step down, terms end. But the best way to follow up with something that someone else has going on is to put it on Discord. And that's all.
very true. Very true. Um, I tried. Well, I always want to try for more communication myself. And the last thing I got, yes,
Is it possible to get some of the PD people who do the hospital rounds in that to the point where they can see actually some of our like our chat logs that we have in the security department?
We would have to add them to the Discord and then give them their own permissions.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop in again. So we do have a PD communication. Um, I just have to reach out to them. They have their own Discord, um, but I have to reach out to them, see if they can adjust their permission levels, because I think once someone's added to their Discord, we have all the permissions, and I just want to see the stuff pertaining to EMS. So I'll reach out to them.
okay, that sounds good. The last thing like I said at the beginning, I just wanted to see everybody's input or everybody's thing for like a security unit number instead of just having a general unit number because people are com- being confused with unit numbers and everything, so I just wanted to try to take away the confusion.
I think something that can be said about this department, as well as any department, is once the update comes, I know there's going to be a few changes that come along with that as well.
Yep, macros for sure. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make us redo our macros. Yep, yep. I got 196 macros.
Oh
I
yeah.
got 200.
I gotta
Yeah,
add some more too, because I'm
I
getting a
think
new
it's
device.
so we would need to update our roleplay macros if that's the case, because now I think in the update we'll be able to sit down and so on.
Yeah, sit down and lay on the tables like
Chief
the
would
medical.
know. Chief
Yep.
would know.
Yeah, so we'll be able to sit down, lay down inside of the ER wing. So that's a whole nother project that I'm working up
Yeah.
with recording the amount of med kits that we give out. Because if you want a med kit, you can lay down.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow, that sounds pretty good.
So we can actually we'll be able to role play because the patient will then lay down and then we can give them the med kit.
yes, and then we can limit the 6 pills because I don't think they should just be given pills just because.
Yeah, I agree.
Me
Or
too.
like yesterday, the one guy, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the one he kept going from like doctor to doctor, nurse to nurse, not doctor, but it's like, can I get pills? Can I get pills? Can I get pills? It was like, dude, you already got your six. You need to leave.
That's the most annoying thing. And
And I think that's another aspect of what the security unit could be good for is control of people like that. So, like, we know the limit. So it's like we gotta have a security team or somebody in there who's just part of the department who can be like, "Hey, sir, I'm part of security team. Your limit is 6 or whatever the limit is. Please leave." So on and so forth. And if they need to be escorted out or they need to be escorted to make an appointment, they can do that. That's just my idea, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's very good.
perfect.
yeah, like it.
Good.
That or the med kits, the one person, make it. Dude,
Yeah.
you need to leave. You're fully healed. What do you mean? No, I'm not.
I was also thinking with a security unit, there should be like sometimes we need escorts when we're going to army base, and we need a security team to guide, like escort us out of the building, because sometimes there's gang members out there or trolls that are trainees, and sometimes we get followed. Like the other day we were getting shot at because a gang member was following us. He followed us to base, and I think security should be on that as well.
Right, and that's when I was before you came in though. I was like the requests and the excitements too.
Yes, yes.
Oh, and the other thing I forgot that I didn't mention. I was because Seth kept saying about shifts, which on one hand I do think it's a good thing, but after I took over and I went in and looked, he was the only one to put anything in for shifts. So it's like I'm. Oh, I talked to Dr. Garrett about it about suspending the shifts at the moment.
No, he meant like kind of like how ATA has like shifts. He had it for
Oh,
like, almost 24 hours, and people were like, "What?"
Like the admin, like when. Now I don't know if everybody in this room knows. Technically, I shouldn't say it, but I don't really give two about it. So
oh,
I used
I
to be
can
an
say it
admin.
instead of you saying it.
I used to work the noon to two shift. So, and I tell you, even with me being on the team, it was still annoying to be set at a certain time. That's my 2 cents about it. So we are suspending uh the 2 hour shift that he wanted, like in that, like if we were admins. I'm like, gee, the first thing I thought when I seen that was like, dude, it ain't gonna work. And I told him that I didn't put nothing in because I would have, but I never done it because I was waiting for other people and tell them I'll just try to fill in the spots that aren't covered and try to do the coverage that way. But when he's the only one and he puts it in when I'm in bed, so yeah.
So in regards to the shifts, yes, shifts are good, especially for ATA. Like needed for ATA. But as it pertains to security, yes, shifts would be nice. However, we're not there yet. And what I think would help the hospital out more is creating macros. So if each of you are on the security team and somebody's patrolling downstairs in the lobby, then somebody should be dropping macros like, "Hey, my name is such and such security unit." Um, and behind each one of your macros, well, in front of, you know how it says Unit 9, like the last one just came out, Unit 9, like if you can put Security Unit 9, I mean, it's just thought. I'm just spitballing. So,
Yeah, no, you're on the same way.
I like the idea.
That's kind. I was just gonna say SU number, like SU number, and I was actually gonna do like not technically exactly like Wifey does, or I should say Miss Hart, but uh, do the last three numbers of our phone number as our unit number for inside the security. So it'd be like SU say 123, or say like even the last four numbers of the phone number. So that way we have our own number system.
Here's your own
And
number
it
for security, and Steve is going to hate me. So security, you all are tab number 3. So I think unit numbers will be changing to 4-digit unit numbers. And since you are in the security department, yours would be 03, whatever your unit number is that Steve gave you.
Yeah, he's gonna kill you.
Yeah, he is.
well, that sounds smart too, sir.
Unit numbers do change based off of position and rank up. So, I mean, like your first two numbers will always be the same because it's 00, it's 03, which means security.
Right. And I see what you're saying for the unit number, which I think was a smart idea too. With this, with this, we can do a run with that. Just do 03 and then our unit number.
Right.
Because I think mine's like what 34 or 32 or something like that.
So, for instance, mine would be like 0353 then.
Right.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Which, thank you, Chief Keith. That solves the problem with the unit number.
No problem. Steve is definitely gonna hate me. Yeah, we just think of it as a promotion. Like you got promoted, so you're getting a new car, so you got to change your unit number. But then again, I can understand getting a unit number and wanting to keep a unit number. Like I didn't want to change unit 4 for the longest.
Well, still understandable.
Yeah, we're gonna play. I'm gonna have a conversation with Steve about unit numbers. But far as instead of actually changing the unit number, you can put security unit in front of it right now, and then when we change the unit numbers, you can, you know, change it how you see fit.
I just think
But I definitely like the idea of your main department being the first two numbers, and then the second part being your actual unit number or your employee number.
Right. I get it. And thank you very much.
personally think everybody should just get their unit number and that's it. And then once you leave, the number is no more. Don't recycle the number. Just do the unit numbers one more time and call it as that. And that's your number. And if you go, you come back, you get a new number. That number is gone. Don't recycle it. Just exit. Numbers is not gonna run out.
Right. And I think that's maybe the frustrating part because we keep rotating the same number. But we'll talk about that offline.
Now, what I wanted to cover, we covered. So, if any of the leadership team or anybody or our honored guests or anything would like to say something, you guys can go right on ahead.
So I just want to know. So we're going to work on like a structure. So when will be the next meeting? When will y'all have like some type of plan for us?
Hold on, I'm trying to pop my ear. I don't think I heard you all the way.
Can you repeat the question?
Could you hear me now?
Well, I know I couldn't do it because of my ear, but it wasn't Dr. Zena, it was myself.
Oh, but can you hear me now?
Oh,
Yeah.
I get a reward, y'all?
Not the time, girl.
My bad.
What'd you
I
get?
said, so when will the next meeting be for us? You know, going over, a plan or any ideas that y'all came up with.
Oh, like well, I was actually thinking about maybe doing it like once every other week, and so that way we're not constantly having to be dragged say in a conference room or here to have a meeting. But I would say like every 2 weeks because new ideas can arise, and the next one could be shorter than this one. 'Cause the first one's always going to be the longest.
I think 2 weeks will be a bit long. I think another meeting should be probably within a couple of days, because y'all should be communicating and talking and figuring things out to come back to us with something.
I was thinking that too. At least every
Oh,
week, every 5 days or so.
well, we can do once a week. I was just looking out for you guys. That's all. I'm nothing but
I don't.
flexible.
I don't think the 2 weeks is the problem. I just think at the stage of where the department is at, every 2 weeks is just not. That's just too long.
Eh, that could be true. I can see that. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong on that one. So yeah, but I can see what you're saying.
Okay, I think for moving forward, what we call this Thursday, let's regroup on next Thursday with another meeting of where we are, where we plan to go, and new ideas for the upcoming week. Um, and everyone who is in the security department, you all continue to communicate in your department under the chat. That way, you know what's going on within the department.
Right. I agree. Oh well, I agree. And so yeah, we'll just do next Thursday around 4, and
Sounds good.
hopefully it can be in a conference room and not over here. Not that I mind it being here.
Dude, the race has started, Chief. Sorry.
All right, folks. Well, I look forward to hearing great things during this next meeting. You all have a lot of great initiatives that are already set in place for you. Just continue to build off of this department that you have and the new functions that you have per role.
Okay, I agree. Yes, sir. Dr. Garrett or Dr. Starr, is there anything you guys would like to talk about or say?
I can talk about the CPR training escort because I know you're talking about that. Um, for the last 2, 3, maybe that I've been here, I've tried. I've been poor about coordinating it because I mean, we don't really have a structure as of right now. But for right now, I've usually had Dr. Lovely, Dr. Star, Kara, and myself like do the escorts for CPR trainings. At least yeah, just trying to maintain it. Yeah, because I'm usually on for CPR training, so the escort shouldn't be an issue for that.
But remember, not only the escort, but you also need, I guess, Kat was talking about having units to
Like stay
not only drive
outside.
the bus, not only drive the bus, but protect the bus and the staff.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
accurate.
So since the security team knows that we're having training, um, one, you should already have buses lined up, and you should have people who are going to pull, take care of the buses, or not take care of the staff and any trolls that may come around us. So that should already be planned.
Correct.
Say that again. I agree.
And I hope everybody on the security team can use Taser very well.
Oh, I'm getting good.
As of right now, I know uh, me and Dr. Garrett talked. Dr. Starr is going to be our first trainer, but I'm still deciding about putting another one in, or talk to Dr. Starr further and see if he has a candidate that he would want to put in for the next
Well,
for like his deputy trainer or assistant trainer.
You should, since everyone's a part of the security team, I think it should be a requirement to meet with PD or Army and learn how to properly shoot.
I agree. Because
Well,
I get better.
I can shoot, but uh, uh, yeah, I me with training on that. Can I hit a broadside of a barn? Yes. Can I hit you in the head? No.
Remember, we're you Taylor, so you just got to go for the body.
And what I've learned, the closer you are to them, you can get a better accurate shot too.
Just now this is from when I was in the military. The cursor that you comes up if you're using your shoulder when a bullet goes to the cursor when you fire, it's always down and to the left. If you put the make a square with the cursor, it will always be in the left lower corner. So that after learning that's what helped me shoot better. But then again, how can you teach a bat to shoot? And they also say if you're on an iPhone or tablet, you shoot better if you're on an Android.
I got both, so it varies.
I'm screwed. I got Android and I'm blind as a bat.
Oh wow.
Yes, I have an eye condition called keratoconus, and you know how 2020 is considered perfect vision. My left eye is 2240. My right eye is 2200. If you guys actually realize how close my phone is to my face, you guys would probably think I'm trying to eat my phone. Because my phone's like an inch away from my eyeball, and you guys are still a blur. But I love this game. I'm not going to stop playing. But I know later on, me and Garrett, we talk pretty much every day on an everyday basis. I'm trying to bounce stuff off of him. He bounces stuff off of me, just like a lead and co-lead should.
Yep.
And like I even told him, I'm not going to post anything without him seeing it first. And basically, I did stick with my sheet notes as what I want to do and go over. But yeah,
Well, that's good. I mean, you all have a pretty good team, and you know, the same methods that you all use are the same methods that you know uh, me, Dr. Zena, Kat, and Steve use. I mean, we all talk daily, hourly, on the hour. I mean, you also see our chats. Maybe you shouldn't, but
maybe you shouldn't.
but but lean on each other, talk to each other, pass dibs on each other. Um, Maybe somebody can help you out when you get stuck on an idea or add something to it. So just lean on each other. Remember, this is a role.
Is he there? His hands are moving, but he ain't talking.
Sorry, I got the low battery signal. Come up.
Whoops.
He does that often.
Come
Uh,
on.
mine does it like constantly. That's how come I wasn't on too much this morning because I was saving my battery for here because I didn't know exactly on how long it would go. But my phone goes by fast on the battery. I just can't wait to get my new one.
My shift starts at 6:30.
Yeah, and I have uh the 1v1 gang taser tonight or 1v1 gang training tonight. and tomorrow. So I just don't remember what the times on them either. I'm bad.
I think it's 9.
We have an admin meeting. 911 admin event tonight at 9:30.
Yeah, I noticed. I've been noticing medic dodgeball or something.
Yeah, make sure y'all show up to the admin events. Admin's been complaining that they haven't been getting much participation.
I didn't know. The other day, an admin was trying to put me in an ambulance. I'm like, he's like, you need somebody to ride with you. Uh, I'm checking out here for medical vehicles to despawn, but okay. What are we doing?
Just about 9:30 every night. We're the last event. Yeah, they used to be at 8:30 because of the time change, it's been put up to 9:30.
Understand? Just like with the liquidation, it was everybody's like midnight, midnight. I'm like, no, it's not. But I think well, everything I had or whatever, I think we're all done.
I think you got to do mine too, Heart.
Are you
I
gonna
gotta
be
do it
on
again.
later?
Ma'am,
Are you gonna be on later on today? Like after I finish ATA? Would that be okay? Because I need to input some macros. I'm on a different device for my ATA today. Okay, awesome, awesome.
I'm still trying to do my CPRs. I know.